Plaintiff Stephanie Birch met the defendant because they were both in musical theater. Stephanie claims the defendant was typecast as the Don Juan lady killer in every show they did. And that's exactly what he turned out to be in real life. Stephanie says she and the defendant started dating, but he ended up using her for her money. She's suing for the balance of unpaid loans. Defendant James Gonzalez says when he first met Stephanie through the theater, he thought they had a lot in common. Although James admits that he borrowed money from Stephanie, he denies using her for her money.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Tell me what happened.
Okay, well, I've known this guy for about 5 years. We're both in shows. We do musical theater
Went
together.
from boyfriend to guy. How about an ex-boyfriend? You don't want to say it?
No.
Go ahead. You've been in shows. What type of shows?
Musical theater shows. And the first one we were in was called Bat Boy. And then we did a show called Grease, and he played Danny Zuko, who, as you know, is kind of a lady killer, Don Juan type of a character, which is, he was pretty much typecast as that. Then we did, the next show we did was Guys and Dolls. And that's when we became really good friends during that show. He came up to me for the first time, and I saw that he was a really good talker, and he really knew how to speak to women. And I really believed him. I really believed everything he said.
Like what?
Oh, just like, I just believed his stories. He had a lot of sad stories about his past and things like that. And I felt bad for him, and I genuinely cared about him and wanted to help him.
And that's how the loans came about, him dry begging?
That is a perfect term. I never heard that before. That's great.
No. That's when the women who want money out of men, or men who want money out of women in this case.
Yes.
They dry beg. They just talk about their bills. It's just out of the blue, you know. Usually the men or the women usually act depressed, right? What's wrong, baby? Don't worry about it.
No, tell me.
No, tell me, what's wrong? I just got this bill I haven't been able to pay off. They're gonna garnish my check and so, but I don't want to tell you about it.
How much is it?
I don't want to. All right, $1,000.
That's not that much. Do you need some help with that?
It is for me. Help? No, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't want your money.
Let's see the bill. I have $2,000 in my check.
No.
No, I insist.
All right, well, I'm not going to fight over it. You can go ahead and pay it if you want to. Did any of that happen? Did any of that stuff?
Yeah, that was really good.
I need to be in one of those plays, right? Doyle and I. We need to be. No, but does that sound familiar?
That is, yeah, pretty much to the T.
That's to the T.
He never had to ask me. I would just volunteer, and somehow I wondered how I even got there.
That's right.
Oh, here, do you need this and that? And I don't
the depression move, followed by the refusal of the money move. You sure?
Reluctant.
Reluctant. Reluctant. Is that what you did, man? That's the oldest con in the world. Let me hear some background from you on the nature of your friendship.
Well, like she said, we met, we started speaking a lot to each other during that show, Guys and Dolls, and we became really close. We had a lot in common, and we started kind of casually sleeping together, and it started that way, and then it started getting more and more serious, and we were hanging out all the time, I just didn't feel like that could really go anywhere, and even though I really cared about it.
Let me hear about this dry begging you were doing.
Yeah, well, to be honest, the first time, she loaned me the $2,000, I did come out and ask. We were talking about a situation, and I asked her. I had loaned a family member money, and I told her, hey, listen, I'll pay you back as soon as he pays me back.
Okay, so you just straight asked for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
What about the next?
The next was something that we were just talking about. It was a credit card for.
And you were depressed, right?
It went a lot like that. Yeah.
I know the game all the way around.
I mean, I guess it did sound a lot like that, and it wasn't my intention originally.
I know.
but maybe it was subconsciously. Anyway, we're talking about it and, you know, saying, yeah, this would be really cool. It was a LASIK eye procedure. And so, yeah, we were talking about it, and, you know, she said that she'd co-sign on a loan, and that was a dry begging thing. I didn't ask for that one. We were just
Dry
talking
begging.
about it. You know, yeah, this would be really cool if I could do this. And I really had the intention of just waiting, but, you know, she was very nice, and we were really good friends at the time. In fact, at this point, we weren't no longer dating. We had broken up. We didn't speak to each other for a while.
See, I respect the first time you did it a little more. You know, you directly asked the woman. That sounds a
Yeah.
little more honest and direct.
I remember him dry begging for the first one. I mean,
You dry begged for that.
yeah, because he refused it. At first, he didn't want to take the money, and you know, he's like, I don't know if I can do that.
Particularly
You're a
if it's
really good
casual.
friend.
See, that's what I'm referring to. If it's casual like you say it is, then go and find you some casual money.
Well, at that
Come to me for my money unless it's a significant relationship. Let me hear some background from you.
at that point, it was becoming a significant relationship, and that was before we'd broken up, like I said, and then a long time later, you know, we didn't speak. We started speaking again, became really close friends again, and nothing.
All right. How much, ma'am, did you loan him?
I loaned him $2,000, but he did pay me back $1,000 of it.
Okay, so now we're down to 1,000. How do we get to 5 today?
Because the other part was the LASIK surgery. When we stopped, you know, I decided it wasn't a good idea to have him in my life. I couldn't afford it anymore. So once I made that decision, and, you know, I asked him to please, you know, get out of my life, he had been paying the LASIK bill fine.
How
and
much was the LASIK
the
fee?
LASIK bill, as far back as like April, it was like $3,900.
When you first helped him, it was $39.
Yeah.
And with interest now
I
it's
helped him so
$45.
that he could have affordable, low monthly payments. That's why I co-signed, because I wanted him to, it was something he could afford. And at first he was paying and there was no problem. And then once I broke off my ties with him, he just stopped paying in April, and he hasn't paid, he paid $72, I think, in the past few weeks. But it's still
Man,
like
Let
delinquent.
me give you
And
some advice. The next time, men, women, whomever, when folks start dry begging you, start talking about all their problems, just do that. Say, sorry to hear that. That's it. That'd be your only comment. I'm sorry to hear that.
well, I definitely
I
have
hope
learned my
things
lesson.
work out for you. How much older are you than he?
10 years.
Yeah, lady killer, young guy, older woman with a few dollars. See? Turn his head down and look. Any defense?
I do owe her the $1,000. I mean, that's something.
What about the other? The LASIK eye surgery bill.
It's something that I've been having a lot of trouble with lately. I've been having.
Here we go. Now he dry begging me.
No.
$5,000 for the plaintiff. Right. Have a good day. That's just for you.
I feel really bad about everything that's happened, and even though this sucks, I think it's really cool that we can finally just end this and put it all behind us.
I'm really grateful to the judge. The dry begging term I'd never heard of before, and I didn't know it was so common. And now that I do, I feel better about being sucked into it. So be a lesson to other women out there. Don't get sucked in to the pretty face and the sad tone of voice. Don't give your money away. Just keep it.